could tell he's annoyed by it.
He's definitely annoyed by it.
It's like the fan base.
So are all the sports talk radio hosts.
Well, I think everyone is. I think Kirk's even annoyed by it, to be honest with you. I think Kirk wants it to be done.
Yeah.
Gruden said, I think something has to be done. I personally don't want to go through another one-year deal and just keep going 1 year, 1 year. I think you want to have a quarterback in here that's going to be here, and hopefully that's Kirk. And if not, we have to move on and do what we have to do as an organization.
Right. He's not going to stand on the table and fight for the Skins to tag him or do whatever it takes to keep him.
He doesn't even seem to care.
I'm sure
I think
if he had his druthers, he'd rather have him. And that's part of the reason why I think Bruce and Dan like him, because he'll just coach up whoever's there.
He's never that complimentary of Kirk, because then he goes on to say, for the most part, the great quarterbacks in the same system year in, year out. They're developing in that system. Teams aren't holding their breath out every March and April waiting for the guy.
Right.
But if that's the case, that's the case. But we like Kirk in his development. He's played well at times, without a doubt, proving that he's a good starting NFL quarterback.
That's definitely a swipe. The at times.
Well, those are all swipe. Okay, but those are all facts.
It's a compliment, but it's
lukewarm.
What's he supposed to say?
Lukewarm.
Yeah, Kirk's the greatest quarterback in the league.
He's just not going to do it. Jay Gruden is a company guy.
Nah, but he could say, we love Kirk. We love what Kirk has done here with the Redskins.
He said that at times.
We want to be here for years and years.
It's hard to say that when you're coming off the worst performance ever.
Yeah,
and you've had two seasons in a row.
They've been to one playoff game with that guy.
2 seasons in a row of less than stellar finishes down the stretch.
No, it's not all his fault, but they've been to one playoff game.
Let's not lay it all at his feet.
Listen, I'm pro Kirk, and I suggest they do whatever it takes to lock him up. But I think also that I could understand where Jay's coming from.
What else?
He's tired of dealing with this.
Anything else interesting?
Well, he went on to joke. He says, I think it's probably all about the money, I guess, and about security that he feels that he needs. I don't know. He's got to talk about it with his wife and family, his agent, and if they feel the deal's good, then we go forward. If not, then we'll go forward some other way.
Right.
All right, well.
You got to protect himself.
Got to have
He's
a backup
definitely
plan.
prepared to move on.
Yeah.
Mentally.
He knows he may not have him, and if he doesn't have him, he's got to go with, whoever's there, Colt or whoever they draft, or if they sign somebody.
But I do think, and Kirk alluded to this in the Grant and Danny thing. I don't know that Matt was able to find it. I told him during a break. It's fine. I think even Kirk is tired of the 1 year deal. Do you have something to that from
I think this is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But you're okay playing on another tag?
There's a part of me that would like to get settled. There's a part of me that would like to get settled, but I haven't really even gone there yet. I haven't thought about what if that happens, because then that becomes, July as to where it goes out to. So haven't thought that far ahead, but, at the end of the day, and I've said it many times, but I do believe it, this league is 1 year deals. I mean, it really is. Everybody signs these deals that are 5 or 6 years, but the teams usually have the ability to get out of them pretty quickly. So, if it is a 1 year deal, sometimes that's just as good as you can do as far as feeling settled, because that's the nature of this league.
There's another comment. He's pressed then right after that, where he just explains a little more. Where he says, I think it's eventually getting settled. I think you can only go year to year for so long.
But the other part of him is clearly happy playing on a 1 year deal, especially if it's for $34 million.
Of course. But I think it's gotten to the point now, and I think we're getting in that stratosphere of money where you could start to talk multi-year deal, and he's going to be very, very, very extremely well compensated, and he can, find a way to be comfortable with that and not feel like he's leaving money on the table. So, I don't know. I think there's room to make a deal.
And I would be surprised, I've said it multiple times, I'd be surprised if they did sign him to that franchise tag. But if they do, and he signs it, and he plays for $34.5 million, that would have been $79 million over the last 3 years. All guaranteed.
Right.
All right. So essentially, he would have signed a 3 year deal for $79 million, all guaranteed, which has never been done before.
It's a great deal for him.
But I think I think he's changing the way quarterbacks in particular are going to approach their contracts in the future.
Right. I think you're right.
I think it's the new wave.
Yeah.
I think the Redskins were behind the curve. He saw it. He and his agent. They saw how they could play this out. The Redskins behind the curve didn't see anyone else ever do this, and were kind of flabbergasted that he kept betting on himself.
The Redskins weren't savvy enough to outmaneuver Kirk or his representatives at any turn.
He did a great job. Now, yesterday, I want to point this out. So we were kind of, a lot of people speculating on what are the Redskins really going to do? And the more I thought about it, I thought, this non-exclusive franchise tag, that might really be the way to go, because franchise them and then go around
See what else is out
and
there.
shop them. And
Yep.
if you lose them, you get compensation.
Right.
It's supposed to be 2 first-round picks. That rarely happens, but you can negotiate something. But in the CBA, they took out the non-exclusive franchise tag for third-year franchise guys.
Didn't know that.
So the only option
Should only be
is
exclusive.
Which, I mean, then you could do a sign and trade or transition or nothing.
Right.
So that actually I thought would have been the perfect solution for the Redskins. And you actually can, anyone could read. I just downloaded the CBA and I found the passage myself where in the third year they take away that little ability.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it. You can read the passage for yourself.
A lot of options.
Or
Or you can work out a long-term deal.
Or you can work out a long-term deal. So
I'll bet against that. We had some bet book activity.
Believe me,
Does
I
anyone
wouldn't
wanna
bet on it.
Does anybody want to bet on a Redskins long-term deal?
No.
I wouldn't bet on
I
it.
can't bet on
I'm
that.
just saying that's a fourth option.